welcome to the Best of 2020 Part 2 here on iMPACT Wrestling on Access TV. Part 2 here on iMPACT Wrestling on Access TV. Josh Matthews alongside Executive Vice President Scott D'Amore. Certainly hope you had a great Christmas holiday. And all
Josh,
of you...
what'd you get for Christmas? Coal again?
Again.
Yeah. Well, you know Ohio and its fossil fuels.
Gotta love coal every year for Christmas since I'm a small child. Last week we looked at everything that happened here in 2020 in iMPACT Wrestling. We revealed Wrestler of the Year, Deonna Purrazzo. Congratulations to her. This week we look at the moment of the year in 2020 and the match of the year. We look at the moment of the year in 2020 and the match of the year in 2020. And of course, we're getting ready for Hard to Kill right around the corner, live on pay-per-view Saturday, January the 16th. We are going to see that incredible main event. The AEW World Champion Kenny Omega teams with the iMPACT Wrestling World Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, to take on the iMPACT World Champion Rich Swann, as well as the Motor City Machine Guns. Somebody pinch us. This is really going to happen live on pay-per-view.
Yeah, Josh, this has been an unbelievable, unprecedented time in history. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are must-see TV. As we sit here tonight, so excited and recapping the year it's been, we don't even know what's going to happen tomorrow. And we're so close now. We're so far down the road on our way to Hard to Kill, but it still feels like it's so far away. But January 6th,
that fateful night that was Slammiversary.
That was so much fun, even you were happy that day.
First time all year.
Last too, maybe.
Welcome, everyone, to Slammiversary. What is this? Alex Shelley, Chris Sabin, the Motor City Machine Guns are back. My, oh my, what a way to kick off Slammiversary. The Dirt Bomb and the Motor City Machine Guns, ladies and gentlemen, are back.
Now the Motor City Machine Guns are here. We will finally find out who truly is the greatest.
Whoa. What is he doing? What is he doing here?
Surprise! I'm ready to keep somebody.
And he drops Rohit in the center of the ring. And the surprises just keep on coming.
I got my eye on that iMPACT World Championship match.
It's now time to find out the fourth competitor. He was on crutches before. He's not on crutches now. And the former X Division champion is ready to go. Ace Austin, Eddie Edwards, Trey, and Rich Swann. What is this then? Whoa! It's Eric Young! Eric Young! Now that's a surprise!
I won my world title at Slammiversary, and I'm gonna do it again tonight.
Here comes EY and Eric Young. Drops Eddie Edwards. Watch out now! Oh, Eric Young with the pile driver! Oh, God, he got every bit of that! Eric Young wants to send a message. He sent Swann. Oh, my! And they crash through the table. Can't get the pile driver. Swann somehow has EY. What? Swann pinned Eric Young. Eric Young's been eliminated. He's right here in front of us. Eric Young needs to get out. He's been eliminated. And Eric Young's going to put it back on the shelf. God, come on. Eddie Edwards, the die-hard floating. The die-hard floating has Eddie Edwards as the new iMPACT Wrestling World Champion. Whoa. Oh, no. Where did he come from? Madman Fulton. No. This name belongs to Eddie Edwards. You son of a... What are you doing? And these two now are going to take out this champion before he even has a chance to crack the champagne. Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, the Good Brothers are here. And they're going to make their impact on Slammiversary. He got him. The gun's done. Eddie Edwards takes out Madman Fulton. Here we go.
Just keep wrestling to see if I could take this as far as I can, travel the world again, and just keep doing what I'm doing.
Oh, it's that time of year where we make our New Year's resolutions, and I ask you what your New Year's resolutions are for 2021.
My New Year's resolution is to be nicer to you, Josh. Not!
I think that's the same thing you said last year on the best of 2019.
Because it is the best, because I love not being nice to you.
At least we're not on that balcony where you threatened to throw me into the Staples Center in Los Angeles.
And yet still you sit here. That's my present to you, Josh, but it's making the fans at home pretty upset that I haven't done it.
Genesis takes place on January 9th on Impact Plus, the first special of 2021. We'll see Willie Mack go one-on-one with Moose. Willie had a great 2020. He became X Division champion. It was a one-on-one match between Willie Mack and Ace Austin back at Rebellion.
The X Division title on the line here tonight at Rebellion. Talked to Willie earlier, and he was telling us, watching Impact Wrestling throughout the years, watching TNA when it first started on Wednesday nights and the pay-per-views, and how Willie felt about seeing guys like Samoa Joe and AJ Styles and wanting to become an X Division champion. Willie has that chance here tonight. Maybe Willie saw you when the Wednesday night pay-per-views, the first ever TNA show. How long ago was that?
I wasn't there for those. Do your homework, Josh.
And Ace Austin is really taking his time here and getting inside the ring with Willie Mack. It's one thing to talk trash. It's one thing to shoot your mouth off on social media. It's another thing to step inside the ring with Willie Mack.
I mean, he is the master at mind game manipulation. He knows how to get under his opponent's skin.
I don't think Willie's going to shake the hand of this purple-haired joker. You think Willie's playing mind games with the purple contact lenses?
I don't know. I like looking at those. Those are nice. Uh-oh.
Oh, and now Willie finally gets his hands for the first time on Ace Austin, and Ace Austin trying to buy himself some time again. He's an incredible athlete. Why does he need to do the things that he does? Why does he need to be a villain?
Because he can.
And there we go, schoolboy here by Ace Austin, and Willie pops free at 2. Willie was looking to, Ace was looking to steal one quickly here in this match as he got back into the ring. Willie throws heavy hands, and Ace Austin again going to the outside to buy him. And now Willie's seen enough. Willie's going out to get himself on the outside. Big time chop there by Willie Mack. X Division Championship on the line, folks. Let us know on social media, on Twitter, who you want to see victorious in this one. Is it Willie Mack, or is it a Willie Mack? And don't take your eyes off of the attack of the Mack.
Willie Mack could not be more prepared for this match tonight.
Yeah, Willie knows what's at stake, and look at that! Willie Mack! Moonsault pounding away! On Ace Austin, who's trying to get his guard up. And now Ace is giving up his back. Ace is giving up his back to Willie Mack. Ace Austin jaw-jacking with the official. Perhaps buying himself some time.
Ace Austin is smart. That's why he's X Division champion. He's smart.
I don't... Sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, don't do that again. He's calculated. He knows when it's time to get in the ring and do what he does best, wrestle. And he knows when it's time to, play with the emotions of his opponent.
I don't doubt you. I don't disagree with you. I think that Ace Austin is a smart and calculated athlete. He came into this match. He tried to avoid Willie Mack. He saw an opening, and ever since that opening, it's been all Ace Austin. It really changed after Willie delivered the moonsault, got all over the back of Ace, and Ace was able to turn things around here. Now Ace Austin looking to go up top, and look at that! Powerbomb by Willie Mack. Sit-out style, and we almost had a new X Division champion here at Rebellion. Willie delivering that big sit-out powerbomb. Can he capitalize here against Ace Austin? This is Rebellion Night 1 on Access TV. Can Willie Mack become X Division champion for the first time in his career? First championship victory if Willie can pull it off here tonight. Thunderous back elbow. You're a 5-time Knockouts champion, but do you always remember that first time that you won the championship more than any others?
Well, I enjoyed the first time, and the second time, the third time, the fourth time. I'll enjoy the 6th time, but I digress. This isn't about me right now.
Oh, I thought you retired. Oh! Big toe and another shot.
I thought you officially retired. That didn't happen.
Says who?
Okay, I just...
Did you read it on Twitter? Huh?
I thought that I saw that somewhere.
Okay, nobody pays you to think. They pay you to talk.
Ace Austin is in the corner. Willie Mack sends the champion for a ride. And here comes Willie Mack. Look at Willie go. Bam! Big time step-up kick by Willie.
I've been on the receiving end of a corner combination like that, and
From
it's
Willie Mack?
not fun.
Oh! Willie Mack delivered that corner combo to you?
Did I say that?
Oh, it was from
similar.
Gotcha, from a knockout.
Yeah.
Look at this. Willie now, he's got control. Kick, here we go, stunner, stunner, stunner. Into Ace Austin lands on his feet. There's the fold. The fold by the champion. And Ace Austin is going to retain his X Division title. Willie's a champion right now.
Sheer instinct right now. He hears that referee hit the mat twice, and he knows he's got to do something by the third time.
And can Willie Mack pull off something? Can we see a 6-star frog splash that would allow Willie Mack to become X Division champion? Look at the pain in the face of Ace Austin. And Willie is perhaps thinking 6-star. That's a far way to go. Willie Mack, he's spent. Ace Austin's starting to stir. And Willie, I don't know if he took too much time. But Willie, wait a second. Willie's going to go coast to coast. Willie Mack just went coast to coast on Ace Austin. Look at this. All the way across the ring. Coast to coast. Willie Mack to Ace Austin. Now he's got to go for the cover.
Both men look to be in pain right now.
Willie Mack is spent. He just flew across the ring.
What is he doing?
6 stars. Can Willie Mack put together these two moves and pin Ace Austin and become X Division champion? Ace Austin rolls out of the way. Ace Austin rolls out of the way. And the match continues.
Both of these men are in a bad way right now.
Yeah, but who will take advantage? Willie digging deep, trying to get any sort of oxygen into his lungs. Ace Austin is up to a... No, now he's back down. The X Division title, the prestigious championship, hangs in the balance. And here comes Ace with a waist lock. Turns Willie around. Cover. Feet on the ropes. Feet on the ropes. Look, referee saw it. Referee Brandon Toll saw the feet of Ace Austin on the ropes. Ace is still trying to cheat. Ace Austin was looking to cheat his way to victory.
Ace Austin is smart enough to know, though, that being frustrated is not the frame of mind that's going to help him retain this title.
Ace Austin up top now. Does he have another trick up his sleeve? Ace perched on the top rope. Willie caught him with a back elbow. Willie Mack and Ace Austin teetering now. Back and forth these two go. Whoop. Ace slips through. Ace Austin, he had Willie tied the tree of woe earlier in this match. What in the world is Ace Austin thinking here? He's got Willie up. There's no way. There's no way. Willie trying to fight free. Willie caught him. Willie caught him with a stunner.
What is it going to take to put one of these men away?
Here we go. Willie, 6-star. On that night, but January 9th on Impact Plus at Genesis, is Willie going to be able to defeat Moose in an I Quit match?
Willie Mack is an unbelievable athlete, and he's had a wonderful year here. The thing about this match that really scares me is Willie, I don't know if he has the quit in him. I don't know if Willie will say I quit. I don't know if he can say I quit. And with Moose's new attitude, I start to question you. As a promoter, you start wondering, there's matches that really scare you. And this is one of those, because Willie Mack will fight to the very end, and I'm scared this new Moose is willing to bring the very end to Willie here at Genesis.
Incapacitate your opponent to the point where he has to utter the two most embarrassing words in a wrestling match: I quit. It happens in January. It happens on Genesis. Don't go anywhere, folks. Still to come here on the Best of 2020 Part 2, we will reveal the match of the year.
Actually, we want to get get a big old accessory that says Impact Knockouts Tag Titles.
What they thought.
That's what our New Year's resolution is.
Yeah, I need some gold around my waist. How about you?
I think I need some gold. We need to go home with our bags a little bit heavier in 2021.
Yeah,
I think that's what
I want
we
to pay
need.
that baggage fee a little bit.
Definitely. We'll have a little bit of extra money, so might as well, right? Yeah, you know.
Welcome back to the Best of Impact Wrestling, Part 2 of the year 2020, the year that seemingly will never end. But, Scott, we know that Kiera Hogan and Tasha Steelz, you just saw their New Year's resolutions. They want to become Knockouts Tag Team Champions.
Everybody wants to be Knockouts Tag Team Champions. The Knockouts Tag Team Championships are back. Josh, me and you should have been teaming up and winning these.
Well, that announcement came back at Bound for Glory. We'll crown the champions at Hard to Kill. And you can see the tournament bracket on your screen right now. Kiera and Tasha are in the finals. We'll see Nevaeh and Havoc versus Jordynne Grace and Jazz. Then we'll know the finals. Who are some of your favorite past Knockouts Tag Team Champions?
Man, that's a great question. When you look at it, obviously you got to start with the Hall of Famer Gail Kim, her and Madison Rayne. They were an unbelievable team. And then you look at it, I always remember the first time that I saw Taylor Wilde and Sarita. They brought a style that hadn't really been seen in women's wrestling, merging that lucha libre style into American style. They're unbelievable stuff. They were fast-paced. They were great talent. They kind of remind me of Tasha Steelz and Kiera Hogan.
We'll see if Kiera and Tasha can become Knockouts Tag Team Champions at Hard to Kill. Another match that was issued to take place at Hard to Kill was by Taya Valkyrie, former longest reigning Knockouts champion. She challenged Deonna Purrazzo last week. Deonna's had a week to think about it. We now go to Deonna Purrazzo and her response to Taya Valkyrie.
Yeah. Can I pull it on camera? Just put these on and you'll be okay.
That's better?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Taya Valkyrie, last week I heard your challenge, and typically we don't associate with the peasants of the Knockouts division, but there's something about this match, this challenge for my Knockouts Championship at Hard to Kill that has me interested, Taya. Interested to say the least, because you go on and on and on about the fact that you are the longest reigning Knockouts champion of all time. And I respect that. But if I can go toe-to-toe, if I could stand one-on-one with Taya Valkyrie, what does that say about the virtuosa? Right?
Yeah.
I mean, if I defeat her.
When you defeat her.
When I defeat Taya, you're right. I'm laying the foundation to the empire we're building here in Impact Wrestling. We're in the age of the virtuosa.
I can see it.
We're emerging ourselves in greatness.
Yes.
And if I can beat the longest reigning Knockouts champion, then I can be the longest reigning Knockouts champion.
Still to come, we will reveal the match of the year that was voted by our fans of Impact Wrestling. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Best of 2020 Part 2 continues after this on Access TV.
Our resolutions for 2021 is to help bring Impact to the highest level. Yeah. The highest level.
Welcome back to Impact Wrestling on Access TV. This is the Best of 2020 Part 2 as we get ready for the first Impact of 2021 in 7 nights. Let's take a look at some of the incredible matches we'll see next week.
Next week, in a preview of the World X Cup that returns at Genesis, Crazy Steve, Blake Christian, Casey Navarro, Ace Austin squaring off in 4-way X Division action.
Plus, we'll see Rhino team up with Cousin Jake as they battle the team of Eric Young and Joe Doring.
And we're going to set the finals of the Knockouts Tag Team Tournament as our last semifinals match. Here next week, we'll see Havoc and Nevaeh face off against Jazz and Jordynne Grace.
The 3-minute challenge. Can Matthew Palmer last 3 minutes in the ring with Moose? We'll find out next week.
And in the feud that may last for the ages, Sami Callihan steps into the ring with his arch nemesis, Eddie Edwards.
Plus, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega will be on hand. He'll be there with the Good Brothers. Remember, folks, at Hard to Kill, it's Kenny Omega, the AEW World Champion, teaming with the Good Brothers to take on Impact World Champion Rich Swann and the Motor City Machine Guns. And when you talk about Rich Swann, you look at the roller coaster year that Rich had. Scott, this guy literally retired after what Eric Young did to him, only to return and become world champion.
Roller coaster, Josh, that's the perfect word for Rich Swann's 2020. Because at the beginning of the year, heading into Hard to Kill, he was so pumped up and on such a high, and then he got hurt on the eve of it. And then to work so hard to come back and have a shot at the World's Championship at Slammiversary, only to be brutally attacked by Eric Young. As we saw, we thought he was going to have to retire, but Rich Swann's heart was not going to let him. He fought back against doctor's orders, got cleared in time to win the World's Championship at Bound for Glory, and now here he is on the mountaintop as we head into 2021.
Let's take a look at the year, the roller coaster year of Rich Swann in 2020.
In January, I got one of the most severe injuries of my career. And when I went to the doctor, he told me, kid, you're probably going to be walking with a limp for the rest of your life. Months went by. I went back to that doctor. He gave me the MRI, and he said, "Oh, Rich, maybe I was wrong. You're ready to go." I saw that there was a vacant spot. It was the hardest I've ever worked. Even harder than January leading up to July. In 7 months. This is serious. This is real. Because now I have the opportunity to become bound for glory. I have the opportunity to prove everybody that's doubted me wrong.
Welcome, everyone, to Bound for Glory.
Guess what, doubters? I'm the Impact World Champion.
And now Rich Swann returns to compete in the biggest main event in the history of Impact Wrestling at Hard to Kill on January 16th. It'll be Rich Swann, the Impact World Champion, teaming with the Motor City Machine Guns to take on the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega and the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers. We've been talking about this match since it was announced. I could talk about this match all day. It is going to be incredible on the 16th.
Josh, this is the type of match that people never thought they were going to see. The fact that the AEW World Champion, possibly the greatest wrestler in the entire world, Kenny Omega, is going to be stepping into an Impact Wrestling ring. He's going to be reuniting with his brothers, Carl Anderson and Doc Gallows. And they've got no easy night because they're going in there with the Impact World Champion, Rich Swann, and one of the greatest tag teams in Impact Wrestling history, the Motor City Machine Guns. These are 6 of the very best in the world, and they're in the main event of Hard to Kill, and I can't wait.
We'll be talking about it between now and the 16th, on the 16th, and for decades after the 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. The best of Impact Wrestling 2020, Part 2, continues after this on Access TV.
Impact Wrestling presents Genesis, Saturday, January 9th, only on Impact Plus.
My New Year's resolution is to respond to people on Twitter less. That's my big New Year's resolution.
Welcome back to the best of Impact Wrestling 2020 Part 2. We've been talking about the Hard to Kill main event on January the 16th. Rich Swann, the Impact Wrestling World Champion, teams with the Motor City Machine Guns to take on the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega, the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers. But as we circle back to the Motor City Machine Guns, they're back. They became champions. It was a decade in between when they were champions. How cool is it to see Shelley and Sabin back in Impact?
Look, Josh, the Motor City Machine Guns are always going to have a special place in my heart. Both of them trained at my Can-Am dojo. Both of them are amazing friends that I consider like family. And to see them reunite here in 2020, like this is a team, Josh, that revolutionized the industry. When you talk about tag team wrestling and the style of wrestling in general that exists in 2020, the Motor City Machine Guns were at the forefront of that. Before there was the Young Bucks, there was the Motor City Machine Guns. They've inspired an entire generation about what tag team wrestling could be, and they returned here to Impact Wrestling in 2020. Nobody saw that coming, and what an unbelievable reunion it was. You talk about a feel-good story, Josh. It doesn't get any better than this.
Motor City Machine Guns returned at Slammiversary, and it wasn't long after that they were challenging for the Impact Wrestling World Tag Team titles.
The Motor City Machine Guns, Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin, taking on the North, Ethan Page and Josh Alexander. Told you before the break, the Machine Guns returned to Impact Wrestling this past Saturday night. Former World Tag Team Champions. And it looks like it's going to be Ethan Page getting the start here against Alex Shelley. Madison Rain, you were here when the Motor City Machine Guns were a part of TNA, a part of the fabric of our tag team division. What is it about Alex Shelley and Chris Sabin that it's so special?
They just work so well as a cohesive unit. They're incredibly talented on their own, and then you put them together, and they're a non-stop, hard-hitting, fast-paced tag team, and it shows in how decorated they are as a pair.
Yeah, I mentioned tag team champions, both held the X Division champions in their career. Chris Sabin, a former
every week, and you're not putting him over.
Well, he's
That's enough.
Reached out his invitation. Anyway, there's a kick there by Chris Sabin to the midsection of Josh Alexander, and Sabin looking for a submission hold here, octopus style on Alexander, looking for a pinning opportunity. Alexander gets back to his feet and misses with the punch. And Chris Sabin taken down by Alexander. The walking weapon, Josh Alexander, just a brute force inside the ring. Couple of quick arm drags by Sabin. We mentioned on Saturday night that Alex Shelley doesn't get the credit that he deserves for the influence that he's had on pro wrestling, and I don't think Chris Sabin does either.
Possibly two of the most underrated men, to your point, who have ever competed in this business, but they're showing that they are timeless.
Collision there by the Motor City Machine Guns, and Josh Alexander taking Alex Shelley all the way back to his side of the ring, and now the North can control Alex Shelley.
Try to talk Josh to the chance now!
Ethan Page continues to yell and scream for absolutely no reason. And he's in control of Alex Shelley for the moment. Shelley with the reversal. Page hooks the ropes, and Page is going to
think before you left.
Buy himself some high. Oh, and there comes Chris Sabin. And here comes Josh Alexander. And this one struck to break down pretty quickly, folks. The Guns going to work. Motor City Machine Guns trying to take over here. They hold the ring. Ethan Page on the outside. Here come the Guns. Pair of boots. The Motor City Machine Guns. Alex Shelley with a crossbody on Ethan Page. And a kick out at 2. These are the legal men right now as our main event going down here tonight for the World Tag Team titles. Imagine Madison Rain if the Machine Guns can show up, return to Impact, and win tag team titles on their first night on Access TV.
Well, let me pose the question to you, Josh. If that does happen, if the Motor City Machine Guns come back after an extended period of time of us not seeing them here at Impact, and they beat the North, does that then solidify the Motor City Machine Guns as the best tag team in the world?
Big shot there by Ethan Page. That's a great question. And it very well may solidify them as the best tag team in the world. But the first thing they have to do is defeat the North, the longest reigning tag team champions in Impact Wrestling history. They've beaten everybody on multiple occasions. Josh Alexander sends Shelley face first into the apron. Shot there by Josh Alexander. What a night it's been thus far. Saw the X Division Championship on the line in a
I don't think Alex Shelley would have come.
And Chris Sabin breaks it up.
Would have come back to Impact Wrestling if he didn't feel that he was 100% every bit as good as he was when the Motor City Machine Guns debuted in 2007 in TNA.
Yeah, they started teaming together in 2006 at 01 Max in Japan.
And there's Ethan Page getting all over Alex Shelley here.
Get the 3 ahead! They're the best tag team in the world!
Ethan Page talking trash to Chris Sabin as Josh Alexander was able to go to work on the other side of the ring to Alex Shelley. And look, to your point about Alex Shelley's, in-ring shape, I mean, just look at him. Doesn't look like he's been missing any gym sessions.
He hasn't aged a day in the way that he looks or the way that he performs in the ring.
Right now, Alex Shelley is down and in a bad way, and there's the tag made to Josh Alexander. The walking weapon comes in now. And Alexander is all over Shelley. Shelley's got to make a tag to save it and get this match turned around. But right now, in this moment, folks, it is all the North, and that's been their tag team championship reign. They have been absolutely dominant.
Where's your partner? You need him. Off the tights, Josh.
I've been singing the praises of the North possibly louder than anyone, but you have to look at these 4 men in the ring. While Ethan Page and Josh Alexander are a great team.
The North double team moves. That's been the way that they've been able to hang on to their tag team titles. Page is going to go for a cover here. Hooks both legs, and Sabin knew that he had to break that up. Yeah, you have been on the bandwagon of the North for months.
I have been, but to the point that I was making, and we just saw it when Chris Sabin came in and saved Alex Shelley from that pinning predicament, these 2 men have been tagging for nearly half of their lives.
Ethan Page has Alex Shelley now, and look at this. Alexander, that's one heck of a handoff, folks, from the North. And Josh Alexander finishes off the delayed vertical. Alexander with a rare smile on his face, but he loves inflicting pain, punishment to his opponents. Just walking over Alex Shelley. Not even a step over. Like Allen Iverson, he just stepped on him, and look at this! The moonsault comes up empty. So the window of opportunity now open for Alex Shelley. Can he make a tag?
Momentum could change drastically if Alex Shelley can get that tag to Chris Sabin right now.
Can we get Chris Sabin back in?
He knew to keep his head on a swivel. He knew that Josh Alexander was going to come in and put the numbers game in the favor of the North, and he still capitalized.
And Sabin in control right now. Ethan Page in trouble. Chris Sabin gonna fly to the outside. And Chris Sabin in control. Here comes Alex Shelley. Alex Shelley up top. And Alex Shelley, Shelley rolls through. Here comes Ethan Page. Alex Shelley. Bam! Caught him. Here's the cover. Shoulders down. And a kick out too there by Ethan Page. Alex Shelley was that close. Here comes Chris Sabin back in the ring. And the machine gun's going to work on Ethan Page. Alex Shelley in control. Ethan Page down, new tag team champions. Shelley floats over into a crossface with the arm trapped.
Josh, this is tag team wrestling. This is Impact Wrestling. And this is a main event if we've ever seen one.
Shoulders down. So Chris Sabin broke up the clover leaf to make sure that the pinfall of Ethan Page on on Chris Sabin didn't end this match. A smart move there by Alex Shelley.
Oh my God.
And remember, the North were just in a battle this past Saturday night against Sami Callihan and Ken Shamrock. There were ankle locks all over that match.
There's no way that the North came into this match at 100%, but there is no arguing the point that these are 2 of the best tag teams in the world.
Chris Sabin now legal, as is Josh Alexander. Look at these 2 going back and forth. Sabin not backing down at all from Alexander. Sabin off the ropes.
trying to take down Alexander. That's not going to work. That's a jumping knee that might work. Nope, not so fast, says Josh Alexander. Remember, it's Alexander and Sabin who are legal. Ethan Page with a running shoulder tackle. Here comes Sabin. Shining Wizard from Chris Sabin. Sabin looking for Alexander. Waistlock here. Standing switch. Back and forth they go. New champions! New champions! It's over!
Here are your winners and new Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Motor City Machine Guns!
The changes keep on coming, folks! The Motor City Machine Guns are the new Impact Wrestling World Tag Team Champions!
Not only did the Motor City Machine Guns become tag team champions, but they won the titles from a team that held the titles longer than anybody in the North. Were you surprised at how quickly Sabin and Shelley became champions?
I mean, I'm not really surprised. Like I said, maybe I'm biased. Look, I love the North. They're an amazing tag team. But the Motor City Machine Guns are historic. And it was such a clash of styles because the Motor City Machine Guns, rapid fire, and the North are a classic tag team. You know, like those guys, FTR, they're throwback teams that use a classic tag team style, slow it down, isolate a man, a clash of styles, an unbelievable contest, and the Motor City Machine Guns back on the mountaintop.
And now the Motor City Machine Guns will team with Rich Swann, the Impact World Champion, to take on the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, and the Impact Tag Team Champions, the Good Brothers, live on pay-per-view, Hard to Kill, January the 16th. And this match is going to kick off 2021 in a monumental way.
Josh, things are just moving so fast. If you look at it, we started this month on TNT with All Elite Wrestling's Winter is Coming, and then now we're on the verge of hell freezing over because at Hard to Kill, the AEW World Champion Kenny Omega in an Impact Wrestling ring. Josh, the wrestling world is literally buzzing all over about this.
Yeah, take a look at some of the tweets that we've seen from the stars of Impact Wrestling, the stars of All Elite Wrestling. On your screen right now, you're seeing the tweets. I mean, they were just coming in trending topic for 24 to 48 hours on that first week of December. And what a night it's going to be at Hard to Kill live on January the 16th. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Plenty more to come, including Match of the Year in 2020 here on the Best of 2020 Part 2 on Access TV.
Mr. Bill Watts down in Tulsa, Daddy.
Welcome back, folks. Look, Johnny Swinger, he's just nuts, but I guess at the end of the day, at least he didn't shoot anybody.
Yeah, Johnny Swinger's a lot of things, but he's not a murderer. Is he crazy? Yeah. Is he stuck in a time warp? Yeah. But he did not shoot Johnny Bravo.
AC Romero is on the case to find out who did, in fact, shoot Johnny Bravo, trying to clear the name of Larry D. or Lawrence D. The saga continues. AC's on the case.
I don't know why they say it's slipping on a banana peel.
Just the guy I was looking for. Crazy Steve. So you must know by now, Larry D's in jail. And I, for one, know he's been set up. And you were at the wedding. You were in the wedding party. When the lights went out, it was pitch black. Nobody could see a thing.
Especially me.
Because you're blind, yeah. But I figured that you maybe heard something. Or maybe you smelled something.
Oh, I see. So you're following your nose down this little rabbit trail. Well, my friend AC, the trail continues on. I'm sorry to say it doesn't end with me. And yes, I was there. I was on the bride's side. And besides the gunshot going off, I can safely say my bat sonar kicked in and I did hear some scuttlebutt. But it definitely came from the groom side.
The groom side?
Correct.
And
yes. And you may want to go chat with my Wrestle House roomie, Johnny Swinger.
Swinger?
I'm pretty sure.
All roads lead back to Johnny Swinger, and we did see something new, unprecedented here in Impact Wrestling in 2020. Wrestle House.
Yeah, one of the things about 2020 and all the unique challenges of it was looking outside the box and trying to look at different things to try. Wrestle House, certainly one of those things. Never been done anything like this before within a wrestling show, and seems to be critically acclaimed. I mean, what a hit. Made a star out of Johnny Swinger and entertained people week after week.
Ladies and gentlemen, here is Wrestle House.
We're on a reality show?
Every reality show needs a host. Plus, this is my house.
It's like, how long do I have to be in here? As long as it takes.
I mean, hell, I don't need 6 bedrooms. All I need.
Hey, Johnny Swinger talking.
So, Tommy, is this a thing in Shagatoga?
Chattanooga? Truce? Truce. And douchey.
Great party. Come on.
You're breaking Bravo's heart.
Look at Rosemary. You think you're too good for a toga?
You're just gonna let your girl go and walk out and go on a date with Lawrence B?
Let you. Rosemary, will you marry me?
How do you and I get on the next season of Wrestle House?
Well, Josh, we all voted at Impact Wrestling and we want you in a house somewhere away from us.
Now Wrestle House, just on my own?
No, just off on your own. We're going to do a separate Wrestle House with all of us, you know, the fun house.
Well, I can't wait to see what happens if and when we get another version of Wrestle House. I got a ring. Match time! Match time!
You love when Tommy Dreamer says match time.
Still to come, folks, here on the Best of 2020 Part 2 on Impact Wrestling on Access TV, we finally reveal the match of the year. Don't go anywhere. This show continues right after this. TV. Can't wait for Hard to Kill right around the corner. The X Division title will be on the line on that night as the new champion Manic will defend against both Chris Bay and the former champion Rohit Raju. Rohit, when he was champion, had opportunity after opportunity to give to other... Well, actually, you put a lot of people...
Rohit Raju liked to talk about how he gave opportunity, but the only thing he gave was himself an out in every single match. And you know what? Things that work for you can sometimes work against you. He thought that it was all over when it was clear that TJP could not challenge for the X Division Championship, but he never thought of Manic.
Things took a drastic turn for Rohit at Final Resolution on Impact Plus.
Who can defeat Rohit?
Medicine Rain, look!
Where did he come from?
He's on the top rope! Rohit has no idea, and there's Manic off the top! Rohit may be forced to tap out! Rohit grabs the heel, the ankle, the Achilles of Manic, trying to fight free. And Rohit makes his way to the ropes. Manic forced to break, and the match continues. Wow.
Both of these men showing resilience here tonight.
How's this one going to end? Trading shots back and forth. Manic and Rohit with the X Division title on the line. Back and forth they go. Manic ducks, catches Rohit in the midsection. Ooh, big shot there by Manic. He's got to go for a cover. Misses wildly. Standing switch by Manic.
This match could go either way right now. Oh no, the referee.
Referee backed into the corner. I think he's okay. Yeah, he is. Manic misses with the boot. Referee catches it. There's a knee by Rohit. Rohit off the ropes. Again, the referee nearly knocked down. He's alive. There's a cover in Manic's X Division champ.
Here is your winner and new X Division champion, Manic!
So Manic is X Division champion here tonight. Almost a misfire into the official, not once but
thinks about himself and was able to defeat Rohit, Manik is X Division champion.
And Rohit has got to...
As the most professional wrestler, I don't make New Year's resolutions because I feel that you should be your best self all the time, not sit back and look for some fake holiday to project your positivity. I'm just always going to be me, and that's the best me, 24/7.
Welcome back to the Best of 2020 Part 2 here in Impact Wrestling on Access TV. And Bound for Glory comes up every year, and every year someone gets inducted into the prestigious Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. Was there anyone more fitting this year than Ken Shamrock?
Ken Shamrock, the first ever world champion of the Impact Wrestling era. And then this year, 2020, he goes into the Hall of Fame. And boy, accolades coming from all over the industry. From the Hitman, Bret Hart, to Mick Foley, to The Rock himself, inducting Ken Shamrock into the Hall of Fame. Who ever would have thought that in 2020 we would see The Rock on Impact Wrestling? And now as we head into 2021, we're going to see the AEW World Champion, Kenny Omega, step into an Impact Wrestling ring at Hard to Kill.
An amazing time for all of us here in Impact Wrestling. And while Ken Shamrock spent most of the year under the thumb of Sami Callihan, we did see a glimpse of the man that Shamrock can be with a touching speech at Bound for Glory.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pride to welcome all of you to an incredibly special night in our sport. Tonight, we honor the legacy, the sacrifice, and the service of a man that has achieved legendary status. Now, on behalf of everyone associated with Impact Wrestling, it is a great honor for me to introduce the man that will induct Ken Shamrock into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. He is the most electrifying man in all of entertainment, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
You know, when I think back on some of the most memorable, meaningful, and defining times in my career, I could count them on one hand. And that's saying a lot because I've had the privilege of sharing the squared circle with so many incredible men, so many incredible women, in the ring, outside of the ring, backstage, throughout my wrestling career. There is one man who I owe a great amount of debt and gratitude to, and that man is the world's most dangerous man, Ken Shamrock. Ken was, he was at a time where I was basically just coming up. I was cutting my teeth as a heel in the WWE, as the first iteration, if you will, of The Rock. And, you know, in order for me to be the best bad guy I could be and learn the business as best I could, I needed the best hero. I needed the best good guy. I needed the best badass, by the way, who was going to up my street cred in terms of being a badass. And you know, and that was Ken Shamrock and martial arts. And now an incredible Hall of Fame career in the world of pro wrestling. So that said, Ken Shamrock, the world's most dangerous man, a founding father of MMA, of the UFC, a founding father, a pillar of the Attitude Era. In my opinion, the greatest era in professional wrestling. My friend, my brother, congratulations on the induction into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. I'm extremely proud of you, and thank you so much for the memories. Thank you so much for the sweat equity, and thank you for being just an awesome dude, man, at a time when I really needed it in my career. I really appreciate it. Very proud of you. Enjoy this, and you got some Terramana tequila, brother, coming for you, and I want you to enjoy it. Congratulations again, Kenny, world's most dangerous man, inducted into the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. Congratulations.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, please join me as we make history and welcome, for the first time ever, the world's most dangerous man and an Impact Wrestling Hall of Famer, Mr. Ken Shamrock. Ken, on behalf of professional wrestling, mixed martial arts, and pop culture fans around the world, allow me to present you with the 2020 Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame induction.
Thank you, man. I tell you, I'm stuttering for words right now because just to hear some of my peers and some of the things that were said is just, you know, it hits my heart. So thank you for that. But, you know, it is a journey. And it's a long journey that's traveled when you get to this point. And there's a lot of people along the way that have helped me achieve this goal to get to where I'm at today. And I want to take a few moments to be able to kind of talk a little bit about that, where, you know, when I first started out, you know, it was in Mooresville, North Carolina with Nelson Royal. And I remember my first time getting there and going through the tryouts and taking bumps and all that. And first thing I thought, man, what am I doing? And as I started doing more of it, I started to start feeling it and start loving it. And so I want to thank Nelson, you know, God rest his soul, for the opportunity that he gave me. And, you know, of course, as the road travels, I did fighting and other things, but it led me back into the WWF, where I believe that it really helped me mold the wrestler that I am today. Support she gave me. I love you, Tanya. Thank you for that support. And listen, the fans, you fans, and all across the world, man, without the fans, athletes could not be doing what we do. So thank you so much. I share this with you, and God bless.
So Ken Shamrock now in 2 Hall of Fames, the UFC Hall of Fame and the Impact Wrestling Hall of Fame. You mentioned first champion here in Impact Wrestling. How special was it for Ken, do you think, to be inducted into the Hall of Fame?
I mean, it was a very emotional day for Ken. I got the opportunity to sit down and talk to him. Ken takes what we do very seriously. Ken is a great MMA fighter. Remember, his first love was pro wrestling, Ken Wayne Shamrock. And for him to come here, be inducted into the Hall of Fame, a company where he was the first world champion, and to see the people all over both industries, MMA and pro wrestling, just the accolades and the love that they threw his way, he was just in such a touched and just in such a good place, and it's great to see it because it was a rare glimpse, as you said, because Sami Callihan's kind of like snuck into his brain a little bit and kind of turned Kenny back into that insane bit of a monster that always lurks just under the surface.
World's most dangerous man. Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. Still to come here on the Best of 2020 Part 2 in Impact Wrestling on Access TV. We reveal the match of the year tonight.
I don't tend to make specific New Year's resolutions because I try to set goals. Just steady goals, you know, accomplish one thing, set another, accomplish another one, get to the next one. So it just kind of continue on a forward path, continue moving forward, and continue to get better and make myself better, help provide for my family and provide for this Impact Wrestling company.
Welcome back to the Best of 2020, Part 2 here on Impact Wrestling on Access TV, and we're moments away from revealing the match of the year as voted by you, our great fans of Impact Wrestling. And as we reflect on some of these matches that we saw in 2020, it's tough to pick a winner.
Josh, there's been so many amazing matches this year. Whether you want to talk about Deonna Purrazzo and Jordan Grace in the Iron Man match there, 30 minutes long, those two women went at it like warriors. You want to talk about Deonna and Sue there for the Knockouts Championship, unbelievable. The Good Brothers and the North, unbelievable. The Machine Guns coming back, taking on the North, or them with the Rascals at Slammiversary, so much going on. Rich Swann culminating the most emotional year possibly in history with Eric Young at Bound for Glory. Just so many amazing matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, you voted, and now we all find out together. The match of the year in 2020 is...
Wow, Josh. So Eric Young announcing that this is a 5-way. It's still an elimination-style match, but Eric Young is back. And a match that started as a 5-way is back to a 5-way for the world title. Eric Young and Rich Swann joining us here tonight. Nice set headlock takedown there by Rich Swann. On the outside, Ace Austin has Madman standing in front of him. And Trey, oh goodness. Trey wants to get his hands on Ace Austin in a bad way. Inside the ring, you have Eric Young. Big elbow by Eric Young. takes down Ace Austin. Eddie Edwards able to connect with the chop. So, Don, we talked about it over a number of weeks, and you guys talked about it on Aftershock as well. The three men in this match had no idea who to prepare for. Now they have to prepare for two guys they didn't expect.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it's a great advantage for the two guys. Surprises.
Belly-to-belly suplex there by Eric Young. Mentioned former world champion. This guy hosted his own show on the Animal Planet, Don. Swan lands on his feet. What a drop kick.
Well, Rich Swan has not lost a step.
Here comes Ace Austin, wants to be the world champion in company history. Rich sends him for a ride. Trey back inside the ring. Sidesteps Rich Swan, and Swan with a Rana. Trey on his feet. Don't blink, folks. These two will do some spectacular moves like that. Near images of each other.
That by Swan.
Rich usually turns that into a cutter. Rapid fire chops by Eddie Edwards.
Kawada style chops.
Eddie was happy to see Rich. He's happy to chop him in the chest as well. And remember, the strategy in an elimination style match, much different than one fall to a finish. You want pinfalls and things like that to happen as it winds down from 5 to 4 to ultimately 1. Rich took his eyes off of Eddie Edwards for a second. Eric Young got caught. Here comes Rich Swan looking for another Rana on Eddie Edwards. Eddie with a powerbomb. Rich into Eric Young. How good is Eddie Edwards?
Eddie Edwards is phenomenal. I think he might be the best all-around wrestler on this roster, Josh.
This is the main event of Slammiversary that has certainly delivered on surprises and names that have showed up here tonight that will continue to trend into tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday as well.
Going for the backpack stunner here.
Eddie Edwards, backpack stunner. Ace Austin counters. Shot to the midsection. Ace trying to turn Eddie around. He catches Trey with a kick. Catches Eddie with a knee. Oh! Spinning kick into the face of Trey. Rich. Springboard. There's the cutter from Rich Swan. Eddie looking for another one here on Eddie Edwards. Eddie had it. Counter into the Blue Thunder Bomb. Here comes EY and Eric Young. Two rocks, Eddie Edwards. Eric Young now with Trey. These two meeting for the first time.
EY is busted open over his left eye.
Oh, Young and Ace Austin inside the ring. No eliminations yet in this match. There's a kick there by EY. Ace Austin goes to the midsection. And Ace, nice throw with the blood spilling out of the face of Eric Young.
Referee needs to check that cut, Josh.
What do you think would happen to the referee if he tried to eliminate Eric Young? Eddie looking for the tiger driver. Ace spins out. More and more strikes from Ace Austin. Again, folks, 23 years old. And he's a former X Division champion.
If I had a son, Josh, I'd like him to be like Ace Austin. What a great athlete.
Trey's made his way over to the top rope. Eddie was going again for the tiger driver. Ace backed Eddie in, and that took Trey down.
That's a veteran move. That's not the move of someone who's 23, Josh.
Oh!
Ace Austin is a prodigy in this wrestling industry.
Such a bright career and bright future ahead of Ace Austin. Does he become world champion here tonight?
I think so.
Which would make him the youngest world champion in history. A title that's been held by the likes of Kurt Angle, Sting, Samoa Joe, Rob Van Dam, Chris.
But being off for that long, it's a cardio issue. It's everything.
You've often said that you can't replicate that type of cardio. You've got to get in the ring and compete.
Absolutely.
Rich firing away.
Oh, back fist.
This is the heart and desire of Rich Swan, ladies and gentlemen. Rich Swan goes body scissors. Oh!
Right, back of the head.
Rich is down. Cover here by Eric Young. And a kick out somehow, some way.
If I'm Eric Young, I'd go for that pile driver here.
Rich Swan, is he? Rich Swan is in a lot of pain right now.
Of course he is. Got dropped on his neck.
Eric Young and Rich Swan alone in the ring right now. Eddie Edwards is right out here in front of us. I've lost track of Ace Austin. I believe he's on the other side of the ring.
Yeah, he is.
Eric Young Young plants Rich Swann up on the top rope here. Here we go. Eric Young, what is he thinking here?
I don't know, but this is terrifying to me.
Rich Swann is staring down at the canvas from the second rope. Rich is somehow able to turn around. Great counter. What a counter with the Bulldog. How much core strength did that take? The Bulldog.
Eddie's back.
Eddie Edwards comes flying in. Eddie Edwards trying to get something going here. Can Eddie reclaim the Impact Wrestling World Championship?
Eddie and Ace have a long, nasty history together.
Eddie Edwards looking to go up top here. He's got Ace Austin on the other side. Oh, boy.
They're trying to suplex him maybe out to that apron, that hard part of the ring, John.
Don, I don't think this ends well for either one of these men.
Why do you say that?
It's a dangerous situation.
Well, you don't want to be up there, especially with two other guys in the ring.
Great point. Both looking for leverage. Looks like Eddie has it for the moment. Not sure what Rich is thinking.
Rich is thinking double superplex. Eric Young is thinking, I don't think so.
Eric Young looking for a power bomb on Rich Swann. Out of the corner. He sends Swann. Oh, God. And they crash through the table. Timekeeper's table is down and shattered.
If Swann gets hit with a pile driver, it's done. Great effort by Rich Swann tonight, by the way, to last this long.
Flat down. Reward. Yeah.
Here it is.
Eric Young saying that Swann was the letdown of the two surprises. Eric Young is our reward here tonight.
Rich, you can't defend yourself.
I think that leg of Swann had him on the shelf for 8 months. It's got a plate in it. It's got screws in it. It's full of metal. And Eric Young is looking to end the career, it seems, of Rich Swann.
Somebody needs to get out here and get Eric Young out of here. Oh, come on. What a sadistic human being.
Get security.
And Ace Austin smells blood in the water.
Oh, God. Oh, come on.
Hey, Rich got him. Rich has Ace Austin here. And so it was almost that close.
There is no quit in Rich Swann.
Just like he had Eric Young looking for a backslide. Ace Austin stacked up on his shoulders, and Ace kicks out a kick.
Rich can also wait on that leg.
How is Rich Swann standing right now?
On one leg is how he's standing.
And he's bringing the fight to Ace Austin. Ace Austin, who went through a table moments ago with Eddie Edwards, kicked out the leg of Rich. And Ace looking for his signature move, the fold.
Oh, God, that's it.
And Rich Swann will be sadly eliminated.
He's hit the fold.
What kind of contest, what kind of battle would Ace Austin be in a better advantage than Eddie Edwards? And I get that he's beat him twice.
Come on!
Eddie Edwards telling Ace Austin, let's go. And these two trading shots. One of these men leave tonight as world champion. Who's got what it takes?
Look at Ace getting the better of Eddie. I spoke too soon, Josh.
Didn't think this would happen. Didn't think Ace Austin would get the better of Eddie Edwards in a slugfest. Look at the bruises in the body of Ace Austin.
Oh, yeah. Oh! I told you. Eddie Edwards has heavy hands. Now Eddie's smiling. He's liking this. When it gets down and dirty, that's when Eddie's at his best, Josh.
You want to trade chops with Eddie Edwards?
Nope.
Good luck.
Oh! Oh.
Dozen chops by Eddie. Oh! And Ace Austin's down on his knees.
He just crumpled to the mat.
And Ace Austin perhaps regretting starting this slugfest with a former world champion in Eddie Edwards. Ace Austin trying to avoid Eddie. Oh!
That's what he needs to do. Create space. Use those feet. Use that athletic ability. That's his advantage, Josh.
We've often called Ace Austin a magician inside the ring for some of the things that he's able to do, some of the offense that he's able to come up with. And he's going to need all the tricks in his bag to have some success 2. Eddie Edwards still alive.
Ace may have over-rotated a bit with that cover. I don't know.
Don's signature moves by both men, and both men kicked out. Ace is operating quickly. Off the top rope. Lands, rolls through, and he catches him again. Boston knee party number 2. Boston, what's he doing? What's Eddie doing? Eddie Edwards, the die hard flotion. The die hard flotion has Eddie Edwards as the new Impact Wrestling World Champion.
Here is your winner, and new Impact World Champion, Eddie Edwards.
For the second time in his career, Eddie Edwards has captured the richest prize in Impact Wrestling. Eddie Edwards is world champion.
First and foremost, I want to thank all the fans who voted on all the Impact Awards, and especially for voting the Slammiversary main event as the match of the year. That match itself obviously is very special to me. I won the world title for the second time. It was a new beginning for me. But I also want to take a second to thank everybody who's been a part of Impact Wrestling, from the wrestlers in the back to the front office, the production, and especially to the fans. You know, we couldn't do it without you. So thank you all. It is an honor to be the match of the year, considering the matches that we have each and every week, each and every pay-per-view. Any match could be match of the year. So to be voted that, it's truly something special. So thank you, and let's do it again this year. Let's keep it rolling.
What a year it's been.
Yeah, what an unbelievable year, Josh, and it's getting better and better as we head into 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us these past 2 weeks as we've looked back at 2020 here in Impact Wrestling. We'll see you next Tuesday night for the first Impact of 2021. Happy New Year, everyone. Thanks for joining us. Good night.
Time to go home already?